So we're running through Laseer on Nightmare, a complete guide over how to actually build a team and conquer this boss. Also we try and use Gluttony on, who we were told was fantastic for this. I'll let you be the judge. Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical from Mystical Gaming. We're in Watcher Realms and we are doing Nightmare Laseer today. Now, last week we done him on hard, this week we're going to do him on Nightmare. We got loads of comments last time about how to use him, champions people use, where to put things, that sort of stuff. So thank you very much for those, please keep them coming. It was helpful and I've put together this guide today. What we're going to do is we're going to jump in here and we're going to sort of break down the fight. Now I've had a couple of comments. I've got one a couple of weeks ago from someone called the 777 John, and he said content creators don't use Gluttony enough. Gluttony is fantastic, why don't you use it enough? And then I've got another comment on attached to the Laseer thing, and as someone was saying you should use Gluttony, and it was it should be easier. Sorry, he said you should use Gluttony to guard the portal. The portal was great. He's a great guard for the portal, much cheaper than Abomination, so you should use him. So, well, I thought I'd have a look at it, really, and we'll see how it goes. So what I've essentially done is I've got a 3-man team just to look at guarding the portal on the right hand side. So that's the team there, and then I've got a Wrath down, I've got Abomination down. I'll sort of run them side by side and I sort of have a look over how long they last and that sort of thing. So Wrath does a bit of self-sustaining healing before the mob actually takes him out. I think you've got enough time there to put down a healer and you would cover him off. Abomination is much the same thing. It was the second ad that came along that took him out, and that's it, done. And then Gluttony comes along, who is only a cost of 14. I was told he's fantastic. Essentially he's not fantastic. So if we have a look at him now, he takes damage just the same as the others, and he is not fantastic at this. There's his ultimate, boom, 1 million damage on his ultimate, and that mob is all sorts of dead. He then heals himself for 78k, and he's ready for the next mob to come along. I mean, he's so far beyond fantastic, it is unbelievable. He's cost of 14. Now the other thing, if you've got his A3 done, his Awakening 3, there you go, he's got an extended reach, he can hit the dirty little cultist on the other side as well. Here's his ultimate coming around again, that mob, all sorts of dead, near best part of 300k's worth of damage, and there's my 78k healing. He is not fantastic, he is godlike at this. He is absolutely awesome at doing this. So that's where we are with that. So we've started building our team, and we're starting from the point Gluttony. So how have we got our Gluttony built? The Gluttony build isn't fantastic. I just took some loose bits of gear I had on and gave it a whirl and thought we'll see what we can do. But life force on the left hand side, 25% HP, so the damage they do is off life force. I've gone for HP percent and crit rate. I wasn't so great on the rolls, but I wasn't worried about it. I thought I'd just chuck any old stuff on. So again, HP percent, crit rate, and there's some healing effect there, which does help with his self heal. So it's not a useless stat. Then main stat HP, crit rate, rage regen, attack speed, all those sort of things are good for him. Again, we've gone for the same sort of thing. HP, crit rate, attack speed, rage regen, and if we've got some other things on there, all good as well. And it's a bit of a mishmash set, so it's not as perfect or as good as I could get it to go by any stretch of the imagination. He's only an epic, so I have got all his skills done, and he is fully awakened. So his awakenings don't really do that much. They give him a bit more HP. His A3 does give him that reach to catch that dirty little cultist. His A4 gives him a cost reduction of 2, otherwise you're looking at a 16 cost for him. But his skills there, damage scales off HP after eliminating an enemy, increases max HP by 6%, grows larger in size, stacks up 5 times. Yeah. Okay, all that sort of good stuff. He has got a chance for stun as well, which is nice, and that extended range I think only has a 10% chance, so it's quite a low chance, but he is only an epic. So that's how I've got him built out, and really happy with him. I mean, I've got him going relatively far. I've got no extra crit damage on him, and we've crit capped him out because you can. That's about it, really. That's how he looks. Okay, so that is where the start of our build comes from. So when we go in and we're looking at conquering that right hand side or keeping it under control, then we're going to start with Gluttony. Now, because he's mostly self-sustaining, we can actually use Dolores to keep him going. He doesn't need much healing, and that will be enough. Which means if we're using Dolores, we can then got more options for who we're using to take down that right hand side and help Gluttony out with those cultists. Okay, so that's our plan at the moment. Now we can use our Archer Lord, Ivor. Now he's a good option. Silas, brilliant option. We've got Razak, we've got Nyx we can use in there. Although bear in mind, both Razak and Nyx are quite expensive. They come in at 22, so be aware of that. That's actually another really good option, particularly if they're being buffed as well by Dolores. Don't worry if you haven't got the full gear. Boris again, very good. Again, he's being buffed by Dolores. So he's got that massive ice. Now those cultists, they can be interrupted. So the freeze and the ice, that sort of thing, that does work well against them. Setram, probably going to work well there, but up at 20, maybe a bit too much. Maybe a bit too much. Also, he's very good at killing the boss for you. So what we're going for though is Maul. Maul is nice and easy. He costs 22. We've got his A5 done, so that reduces his cost down by 5. So he only costs actually 17, which makes him fantastic for this. So that's who we would be going with. So our team to take care of the right hand side of the map for us will be Gluttony to guard the portal. Then we're going to use Dolores just to keep a little bit of healing trickling on him should he have 2 mobs on him or anything like that, and she's going to be able to buff a lot of people such as Maul. So this is how we're going to do the right hand side of the map, and then we just have to build the left hand side. But this all stems from Gluttony. Gluttony is very cheap and easily looks after himself. That means we can afford to put Dolores on. Now bear in mind, if you put Dolores or your DPS down on first, want to make sure that I am out of the way. So boom, pause on game there. Let's move me out of the way here. Now you want to make sure that ultimates come on at the same time. So depending on whose ultimate comes up first, depend on which way round you place your Dolores or your DPS down. So I put Maul down before Dolores, and there's Maul's, and a couple of seconds later there's Dolores. I can trigger Dolores. I'm just waiting for that mob to hit petrified, then I trigger Maul. He's pretty much wiped out everything. They only got one little slime off. I'm happy with that. That would do for me. That will work when we go forward. Right, let's have a look at the team makeup now. Now we're trying something a bit new here, so I'm a bit new to content creating, so if you could tell me if this is good, bad or indifferent, it'd be much appreciated, but please keep it constructive. Thank you. Right, so this is the map that we'll be using. So we already know who we're placing down first. We're going to be placing down Gluttony first on the map. He will go down there and he's going to be tanking away and looking after that portal and that right hand side of the map for us. Now after that, we're going to be placing down Dolores or your DPS, depending on which way round you want to do it, but she will sit up there on that square and that gives her a nice radius. She'll then be able to help those people on the left hand side of the map. So when we time to do damage to the boss, you'll be able to help those out as well. Also helping out your DPS for that right hand side of the map. So we've got Maul coming up there. He's going to be taking care of the cultists and the little slimes that they produce and getting them out of the way. That's what he is there for. Now after that, I'm going to put up another healer. I'm going to put down Hollow simply because I'm going to be able to motor through Gluttony's ultimates better, and we do like hitting for a million. Hitting for a million is good, isn't it? Doesn't matter where you look at it. And she will also heal everyone on the left of her. We're going to put some people and above. Now what you need to do is you need to look at your best single target damage dealers and get them all together. For me, that is Zilitude, that is Nox, and that is Valkyra. So they're going down on the map there for me. But whoever your best single target damage dealers are, get them down. Now just above Zilitude, there's a spare spot on the platform there. You could put Setram down there and he would work wonders for you. Okay, just bear that in mind. Now we get all of those down before the boss arrives, because the next thing that will happen to us is the boss will start transiting towards us. Now we've got a very short window before we place our tank down, and we want to get our tank down last because the boss will attack the last person placed down. That's going to be our tank. Plenty of tanks you can use, but I'm going to go with an epic tank who is just unbelievable in this role, and it's because this tank doesn't die at all. Minimum scenario is, or your worst case scenario, 8 seconds. An 8-second window of unyielding and he's not going to die. So you can go ham on the boss. When the boss comes into your little kill zone that you set up there, you can absolutely nuke the boss for 8 seconds flat without any worries realistically. Okay, now that's what you want to aim for. That is my team makeup of how I'm going to run it. Now let's jump into the fight and actually see how it pans out. So that's the team all set up. We're good to go. We're well under on power, allegedly, but I think we're going to be all right. Essentially, there's not a lot you can do about the single target damage. You just need enough damage to kill the boss outright. Not a great deal you can do about it, or any extra stuff you can realistically achieve. I've got Dolores down to help me, and I've saved as many coins as possible so I can get other mobs or other champions out. So come on, let's get Dolores ready to go. There we are. You see, she's covering all these ranges as well, so she is going to help us out. Hello, waiting for the ultimates to come online. There's her ultimate. Just waiting on that mob. He's there now. Let's go. Oh, almost interrupted it all. Almost. Never mind. One day we get them all. One day. Or I could just use someone better. That would be the other option, I suppose. There we go. Nox is down now. Gonna trigger Hollow soon. There we go. There's our fighter down. Let's trigger Hollow. We want all those ultimates up. Now, this is the boss. He's going to cast his Void Whisper. Then he's going to start transiting towards us. There's 18. We can get Baron down now. There he is. And we're waiting for the boss. Now, the boss is going to target his big nuke, which is, I forget the name of it. Come on, the big nuke. There you go. Right, there he is. Now he's in our kill zone, so it's just very much let loose on everything and go for kill the boss. That is essentially all I'm doing, is I'm letting loose on everything and killing the boss as quickly as I can. Follow, go. There's Explosive Trance again, another Void Torrent. Boss is almost down. I think we had to survive 2 of them. That's it, the boss is dead. Now, we've lost a couple of other people, but it's not overly important, to be honest. There is a long window of when the boss dies to actually getting anything else going on. So, there's nothing happening very quickly. We've got these mobs coming around which are a touch annoying, but essentially they're not going to cause us too much of an issue, particularly when we get our tanks back up and running. We've got Nocturne and Zilitude there, they're helping along. And now we've got our first mob coming back round, we've got our second mob coming back round. Gluttony's there, and Gluttony's got ultimate ready to go, so that's a bonus. It's bad news for whoever's walking around, but it's a bonus for us, so that's all good. And now we've got Maul coming back online just in time for the cultists. It's a bit annoying that Maul dies. I think you'd probably be better off with almost anyone other than Maul, but you know, we want to show off what we can do with as little as possible. And then another time we'll face you down that way, and hopefully we'll stop these merging for as much as possible. And as soon as we can get Maul up and running again, white away off your ultimate. Come on, Maul, come on. You can get it while Dolores is still doing her thing. There we are, that'll help out. Sorted. There we go. Let's kill off some more mobs. Follow, Zilitude. Yeah, probably done that the wrong way round, to be honest. But I think we're going to be alright. Yeah. Just stopping those slimes coming together. And this is pretty much it. The fight is done and dusted. I'm going to take it easy. But you lot crack on fighting, I'm going to have a cup of tea. Put this onto 2 times. Oh. I've even got ultimates to spare at this rate. Oh, there you go again. Dirty little cultists. Have that. There we go. 3 left. Oh. Pass these on to auto now. That's been common. There we go. All done. Do make a very good cup of tea. So there's not a lot you can do about your single target damage dealers, just whatever heroes you've got or champions you've got that you can use to do it with. But that's it done for this week. So let's collect loot, see what we got, and it's all good. That's it done. I hope you found this guide worthwhile or at least interesting, and I hope it aids you in how to build up a team, at least how I look into it. Thank you to everyone who wrote in the comments about who to use. I've got tips about Nocturne, about true damage. That does seem to work better. The only other thing I would say is we did get some pointers about interrupting the boss's skill. Now I did try it, and you can sort of interrupt one of them maybe. Helga's a good shout out there with her stun, but it's a very quick cast and the animations on your heroes don't sort of pan out for it. You can do it if you've got a speedy Maul. With Hollow, he can sort of interrupt all the time on that. But timing it is just a lot of hard work when you can just nuke him down, which I much preferred. It's much easier to nuke him down. Don't worry about the rest of the madness on your screen because it is what it is, and it's not an issue really. You've got plenty of time in between that one happening or the deaths there and anything happening again later on in the fight. So wish you luck with doing it. Welcome to the new war room as well, by the way. So I'll see you in a video again soon. I'm going to go and sort myself out and then pull some Shartis Toothers. So let's go and do that. But I hope that you find this helpful. Give us the old thumbs up, like and subscribe. Again, I don't know if you like the map with the characters moving on it, about where I was going to place them, that sort of thing. So comments below if you found it helpful. Things you found that I can improve on would be much appreciated, but please keep it constructive. Cheers then. I'll see you soon. Bye.